So today we're going to have a battle of the foods. In my right hand I have Kellogg's Cocoa Crispies. In my left hand I have Quaker Oats with that really creepy guy who scared Chucky Fenster on the cover. So before we talk about the foods themselves, I'm going to tell you some facts that are going to blow your goddamn minds. So Kellogg's, the Kellogg company, they make Pop-Tarts, they make Fruit Loops, they make the Cocoa Crispies, Frosted Flakes, regular plain old Corn Flakes. Now, what you might not know is that way back in the late 19th century, early 20th century, a guy named John Harvey Kellogg was a Seventh-day Adventist. He believed in sexual abstinence, refraining from masturbation, and eating a plain diet so that you would not succumb to your sexual desires. And so did his brother, Will Keith Kellogg, who actually wound up starting the Kellogg Company proper. So they both believed in these ridiculously plain diets, sexual abstinence, so that you wouldn't give in to your desires. And other people around this time had similar schools of thought. Namely a guy named Sylvester Graham. You probably know Graham because of the graham cracker. So it's named after a dude, Mr. Graham. So these people marketed these lame-ass foods so that you wouldn't go and masturbate and have sex and be evil. So anyways, Seventh-day Adventist, austere religious purity behind everything he did. He was also a doctor. And, you know, that's what he advocated. That was his thing. Eat a plain diet, don't have sex, and you'll be a good person, you'll go to heaven, all that good stuff. Quakers, they were also austere and religious. Maybe not as nutty as the Kellogg's were, but they still had their pretty strict dietary rules. They were anti-war, conscientious objectors, and they wore plain clothes and all that good stuff. So we have two food companies founded from austere religious traditions. Isn't that fucking neat? So anyways, let's look at the foods themselves. Half a cup of this oatmeal has 3 grams of fat, 27 carbohydrates, and 5 grams of protein for a whopping 150 calories. So you eat your oatmeal, your half cup oatmeal in the morning, you're getting 150 calories. Oh, and 4 grams of fiber. Keep that in mind. That's pretty important. Cocoa Crispies. Got 120 calories in a serving, which is 3/4 of a cup. 1 gram of fat, 27 carbohydrates, less than 1 gram of fiber, and 1 gram of protein. So which is the better choice? Well, that depends. If you're like most people, you don't get enough fiber in your life, so you might want to opt for the oatmeal. Not a bad choice. A little bit higher in calories than this, but you get the fiber. Fiber, as we know, I did a video on it, slows down the absorption of insulin, binds to your bad cholesterol and removes it, and increases your gut bacteria, and it keeps you regular, which will also make you happy. Speaking of regularity, John Harvey Kellogg, also a big fan of enemas. Bet you didn't know that either. So think about that next time you're eating your Pop-Tarts. So, if you need the fiber, eat the oatmeal. Now, depending on your needs, you could probably get away with having both. Now, there is another problem with this one in particular versus this one. Most of us, myself included, we don't want to eat 1 serving of Cocoa Crispies. We want to eat the biggest fucking bowl we can find and go to town on it. So that 120 calorie serving might become 240 calories if you double that, you know, if you put it in a really big bowl. Or it might even become 360 calories of that. And so in that case, you're getting like 81 grams of carbs doing that. That's a lot of calories. So 360 calories versus 120, because nobody wants to eat the serving size. When it comes to this, most people can barely stomach a half a cup of oatmeal without putting a bunch of weird shit in it, which ups the calorie count too. So, depending on your needs, depending on how often you eat nutrient-dense foods and how much fiber you're getting in the rest of your day, that's going to dictate your choice on whether you have the Kellogg's Cocoa Crispies or the Quaker Oats. But for the most part, the calorie count's very similar. And if you're talking in terms of just weight loss, doesn't matter. Pick one. Just don't be an idiot when you eat it. Let me know if you have any questions. Like, share, subscribe, go to all my websites, and enjoy yourself a nice big ass bowl of abstinence cereal.